Lazer here, and today we are going to be using black cast acrylic, and we're going to be making keychains and a portrait on a pendant using the IR laser. So what I did was I scored 2 inches across the top. I just got this stuff, so I have no idea how it's going to work. This is cast acrylic as opposed to extruded. Cast is supposed to work much better. It's a much better quality acrylic than extruded. And being a more quality, it's also more expensive. So I'm going to remove the protective layer on top here, and which is a lot easier said than done. Come on. Yeah. So, get a nice piece of black extruded acrylic. And I should do it from the bottom, but I won't. I'll leave that for after. Alright, so I'm just going to clean it up a little bit. Little bit of alcohol here. I know, I got a messy table. Tell me, does everybody else have a messy table after a while? Very good. Alright, let's get that in the machine and we'll do some programming. Alright? Cool. Okay, so we're going to start up our XCS here. Get it going here. I have downloaded the new one. It's got the AI buttons on it and everything. So, let us go to our new project. And let's build ourselves a keychain. Alright, what we're going to do here is I'm going to use my logo. So I'm going to bring in my logo here. I know it's around here somewhere. Oh, here we go. So I'm going to engrave this. Now, for the keychain, what I want to do is I want to make an outline. So we're going to select it, and we're going to use this offset button here, and we're going to offset it. As you can see, right, it's set to 79 thou. You can see the little line around it, but we're going to make it a little bigger. Let's go 1/8 of an inch. How does that look? It's not bad. Let's go just a little more. Let's go 150 thou. Okay, we will use that. We'll save that. Now we're going to move that onto a different level. It's going to be our cut level. Turn the logo off. Now, as we see here, we have a space here. Let us get rid of that. Don't need to cut that out, so we'll get rid of that. Alright. We got this big space here. I really don't like it. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to create a rectangle. And we're going to put it in here. I'm going to crease it a bit. I'm going to angle it just a little bit. Zoom in here. Increase it just a little more. I'll get a little bit of a smoother transition there. Okay. So what that's going to do is we're going to remove this and we're going to combine the rectangle with my outline. So, oh, that's not it. Thank God for the redo button. We're going to unite them. There we go. And it's going to get rid of this. Now we're going to do the same thing for up here. Create a rectangle. And I'm going to bring that up in here. Let's turn it just a little bit. Make that just a little smaller. There we go. Now, again. There. So if I were to hit engrave, you see that it would engrave the whole thing. We add our logo. Here we go. Now we're going to add the circle for the keychain, for the holder. I'm going to create a circle right here. Now I'm going to make the circle 0.375. All right, now we have a 3/8 of an inch circle. We're going to copy that right beside. And we're going to make this one 3/16, roughly. Oh. Now you want to leave the lock aspect on so it does both sides at the same time. There we go. Now we're going to center them up. There we go. Now we're going to bring it in to our keychain here. Right about there. Not bad. Let's remove our logo for a second. And maybe move it up just a little bit. There we go. Now we're going to highlight this. We're going to use the outside of the ring and the logo. Unite them. And we're going to do the same now. But now we are subtracting at the overlap. So when we hit engrave, this is what we're going to get. Now you have to be careful. Right here, at these points here, these could be a breaking point. So let's thin those out a little bit. And we'll copy that. as well. Angle it. Bring that up. This one's more straighter. And so. Oops. Thank God for that redo button. So we're going to highlight. We're going to unite it. There. And we're going to do the same thing on this side. Now, by removing those little corners, this is going to be a lot stronger. All right. Okay, let's save it as the keychain. Actually, you know what? I'm going to export it as an SVG. And we'll call it, under logo, we'll go keychain. Alrighty, now let's do one more. Let's bring in another image. Go to download. Logos. And we are going to bring in, if I can find it, elbows up. Now, we're going to have to edit this a little bit. Let us do a cutout. Cut that part out. Oh, sorry. Get rid of the black. Center black. Center black. There. Now we'll save that. All right. We'll do a trace. See what our trace comes up with. No. All right, let us do an offset. This is going to be a little weird because I'm going to not be offsetting it by anything. I'm just going to go to 0.001 of an inch. Very small. And we're going to move that to a different layer. So if we turn off our original, this is what we have left with. Now as you can see over here, this isn't any good. So we're going to have to do some more editing. Delete it, bring up our original. And we are going to have to edit it manually. to go in here and edit every one of these things. To this one, we're going to do an offset. We're only going to do the outer shapes. We don't want to do inner shapes. So let us increase it a little bit. We'll go 1/8 of an inch. There we go. Confirm. We'll put that on our red layer. And as you can see, we've got some right here. Let us get rid of that. Again, I'm going to do my rectangle. There we go. And we got rid of it. Going to do the rectangle again. But this time we're going to go over here. And just to smoothen it out. Some people say this is cheating. I should be using the nodes, but when you're done, it's so small you never notice it. There we go. And we're going to do one over here where we're going to put the ring. Try to get it really close there. There we go. Bonus. Elbows up. Nice. All right, so we're going to do the same thing. We're going to bring in a circle. I'm going to use 3/8. Then we're going to copy it. We're going to make it 190. Oops. 0.19. Gonna line the two up. Yeah, let's make that an even 0.2. Just so it's a little bigger. There we go. Now we're going to move this. Let's see, right around. Okay, there's the center point. Let's turn on our, so I don't get in too far. Right about there. Turn off our logo again. Unite these two. Subtract the center. And if we hit engrave, yep. Now, these points here are too far in, so these could be break points. I don't want them to break. So again, oops, not the shape. We're going to do a rectangle. A little smaller. Angle it a little here. Oops. There we go. Now let's copy that. I'm going to paste it here. I'm going to flip this way. I'm going to move it. Right there. Unite them. Bang. Bang. All right. Let us output this, save it as SVG. Elbows up slash keychain. And then we'll save it. Alrighty. So, alright, we're also going to do a pendant, but with the 20 watt, we're just going to cut it out, and then we'll put the photograph on there with the IR laser. So, let us create a circle. Yeah, you know what? Let's do something different. Everybody always does a circle. Let's try a basic shape. Okay. Oh, we'll do something like that. Inch and a half wide. That's nice. All right, so let's do our circle again. This time we're going to go 1/4 inch. Copy it. But we're going to make it a little smaller. And bring them on top of each other. In the center. Okay. And let's do something different over here too. Let's rotate that 90 degrees. There we go. Bring this down a little. Like so. We're going to unite the two. Like that. And we're going to subtract the inside. So we double check. We have, yep. Now again, I don't like such pointy ends here, like right here. So we're gonna get rid of it. Alrighty. So we're gonna highlight that, unite them. Oops, and I moved it. And unite those two. All right, that looks good. So let's save that as pendant right now. All right. Let's bring in a new file. Get rid of the old file. No, don't save. All right. Now we're going to get ready to program this and cut it. Okay. So we're going to go up here to our material. And we're going to go into the materials here, a 3mm frosted black acrylic. Yes, we know it's flammable. Alright, let us pick up our top. Mark out our big square. Oh, no, not a snapshot. I've never used that. I'm a little reluctant to use that. Okay. Now let's bring in our objects. First thing we're going to do is we're going to bring in the keychain. There's one. There's number 2. And the pendant. So, let's move this up into here. Gonna make it a little smaller so that it fits. And the same thing for this one. Alright, that's not so bad. Okay, just gonna score everything right away. So that, what do we got? Oh, that's hard to see. Oh, I don't want to do it too much. So let's go into here. We'll raise that up to about 80. We're going to lower this to 35. Alright. We frame it in. Okay, it doesn't look bad. Turn on our inline fan and let's score it. See how it comes out. Okay. Interesting. Well, let's engraving, cut it out, see what happens. What's the worst that could happen? Alright, let's see what we got. Should be interesting. Well, it cut it out no problem. Let's see how it engraved. Well, it cut out the pendant. Cut out this one. Let's clean them up. And here's the elbows up. Let's clean them up and see what we get. Okay, I've switched over to the 2-watt IR laser, and let us grab a photo. We'll pull in some nice graphic just to see what it would look like. Alright, upload, grayscale, and download. I'm going to do the fox here if I can find him. Where did I put it? Okay. Oh, there he is. Let's put in that one. We're going to sharpen it up a bit. Crop the top. Crop the bottom. Save it. Resize. It's 1.5 tall. DPI on the 2-watt, 800. Crank her up just a little more. And material. We are on. We're using a. Let's do Norton acrylic. No, I'm not a big fan of that one. Let's up that just a little more. Grayscale. Which one is sketch? Nope. Not a fan there. Well, I could just invert it. We'll save it like this. I'll put it under keychain here. And we'll just hit save. Go to keychain, bring in our photo. There we go. First, we're going to go and we're going to pick up the top of our little piece of plastic here. Let's pick up the top. I'm going to use a polygon here. And we'll hit end. Hello? Put that back on red. Make this guy a little smaller. Put them in like so. Now we have to adjust. We have to invert it. Yes, yes. Engrave. It says 30, 40, 160. We'll crank that up to 200. And let's give that a shot. We'll frame that in. And let's post it. See what happens. And start. I don't know if you can see that. Let's see here. Very nice. Let's throw one on the back as well, just for the heck of it. And that came out very nice. Picture of my son and my daughter-in-law. Alright, go clean them up and see, get a nicer picture of them. Well, the 20 watt did a really nice job and cut it out very good. You can see on the front here, the picture was done with the IR laser. Now, I did a picture of my son and my daughter-in-law, Matt and Chelsea. There they are, down in Tennessee, and a picture of the fox. I've got my little Johnny Lazer keychain. Came out really nice. This is engraved with the 20 watt and cut out. This was all cut out with the 20 watt. Here we have our elbows up, Canada. Came out really nice. And I did a little, I used the IR on the back. Little polar bear, true north, strong and free, and made in Canada, a little beaver over here. So, yeah. So the black cast acrylic engraves very nice. Cuts beautifully with the 20 watt, no problem. Didn't have to add any paint or anything onto it like you do with the with clear. The clear acrylics, the lighter, the frequency of the laser doesn't go through. But for the black, it works very well. And the 40 watt will do a good job too. I mean, the 40 watt will cut through it no problem. I mean, this is basically an 1/8 of an inch thick. So it cut out really good. And I hope you enjoyed that. I enjoyed making them. I enjoy this laser. This laser is a lot of fun. And I got to thank you again for all the comments from around the world. It's just incredible. Just incredible. The stuff we're doing. I'm going to come up with some new stuff. Going to do some cutting boards soon. I got some ideas for rocks. Mother's Day is coming. Father's Day is coming. Summer's coming. Gonna put on, build a bigger base for this thing to raise it up probably another 4 inches. It's a little on the low side even with the riser. And probably going to do another in-depth cleaning video. We're going to get the air compressor in here and clean out everything, the whole fan lines and everything, because over winter, hey, you know, you don't want to do that because, you know, it's cold out. But now that it's summertime, time to get all this stuff started. Okay then, well, until next time, Johnny Lazer. Happy lasering, eh? Canada, huh? Eh?